Okay, so the second video is for the practice. Here we go. And a comfortable distance for your feet too. So I'm gonna stop here for a second. Yes, mind yourself, you don't tip over. So one of the things that I'm doing as I'm spinning and moving my body, remember, do it at a pace that feels comfortable. Maybe start one, take a break, and keep going. So what I'm visualizing and thinking about is actually just really watching. I pick a hand, I follow it, and then I follow the next hand. You'll notice that at the beginning I was fluid and then I had to change it up. So go ahead and do whatever feels good to you. Trust your body, listen to yourself. Nobody else can feel your body for you, so you have to trust yourself. Okay, I'm just gonna take a breath here. Okay, so you're watching your hands for a bit of movement. To follow the movement, that also helps you not get so dizzy. And the other piece is remembering to breathe. You have to breathe really methodically, but just remember to breathe and be mindful to take as complete breaths as feel good to you. So let that sink in for a second and visualize what that feels like for you. Lock that in for a second. So there's the looking at your hands as you move. There's your breathing. And then the next piece is making sure that you are paying attention to what areas feel tightness, resistance, a tug, or maybe nothing at all. I know that sounds a little odd, but if there's an area that feels particularly still, peaceful, or maybe frozen even, pay attention to it, because if it is an area of concern or tension or freeze, it will start to loosen up just by you bringing the attention there, by having this physical motion and visual, having your focus, present attention here. What you're doing is you're telling your energy, hey, I'm paying attention to you. It's time to move. It's time to go. Let's go. This is the demo video of how I need you to move right now. You talk to me, now I'm talking back to you. Let's go. Let's move together. Let's play together. And this is why it's important that there be no other agenda other than your own, so that you can really clear any noise and truly listen to what your body needs. So I'm going to keep dancing. And as you think of the areas, for me, it's this side of the body. So I'm really zoning in there with every movement. And what I'm doing is I'm inviting that stuck energy there to be there, to stay stuck there if it wishes, but letting it know that it can get a little louder and that it's safe to be here and that I'm ready to hold it. So you might see me stop and just breathe and touch the area. I'm providing myself support because there's like an activated pain there, and so I'll just stop that. So trust yourself there too. Okay? Oh, so I just had a pop in my hip. Something there just unlocked. So I would have had no way to access that through rolling that in physio. I just want to call out that I can actually feel that all the way, and it's just like that blood flow rush all the way down here. I don't know the technical, and right down into my Achilles on the inside of my ankle. And as I do this, it really truly does ache. So I'm just going to give that a second. And it's funny because I was focusing on my right side, and yet my left side ankle, my left ankle also just released in really just moving that flow up and down and getting that energy going in that area that just unlocked that flow. And again, I stretch my body a lot, so don't push yourself. I stretch a lot, I roll a lot, I get a lot of massage, so be gentle. And so I'm just pressuring into the area that just feels a little bit loose now. I just want to make sure I support it before I try to move again. Oh, and there it went. So that was another release. It unlocked from here right into the front side of my knee on the inside. Okay, so it's really stuck, so I need to focus again on the flow. Woo! I started looking at the periphery. Don't do that. Okay, so that just shows me my body's done. It's overwhelmed, even though I'm having a good time. It's got too much stimulus. You don't want to stop, but just be gentle. Slow movements, deep breaths, and long exhales. And try not to lock your shoulders, chest, and belly as you breathe, okay? So I have my hands on my solar plexus because this is an area that cramps up a lot when my nervous system is activated. And if I don't catch it here, it locks all the way around my ribs and down my hips. It just does this like steel armor thing. So and then with my left hand, I'm just feeling where I have some activated sensations, and I'm just supporting that area if I can, even just close to it, to bring attention there, bring blood flow there. So I'm just going to sit down for a second because this area is quite activated. And I want to keep the energy flowing. The feeling might be nausea for some people. If you have like a release of solar plexus, the tendency when you feel nauseous when you're doing the somatic work, as you go into the deeper work and the deeper tissues that are releasing, is you might find that you want to throw up. Or you might even get a sudden bowel activation, kind of like having the flu out of nowhere, or shift in bowels where you have perhaps constipation and thus loose bowels. So within hours of each other, and that is more something that is in the system, in the nervous system, that's activating the functions there. Okay, so I'm going to keep moving because you want to keep the energy flowing. So the tendency is to stop. Again, trust yourself, but you just want to keep the energy flowing. It was too much to stand up. So I listened to my body and sat down. I'm still working my hips out and moving the energy through the solar plexus. Oh yeah, this is a big activation spot. And so if I can release in here, I don't know if you can see in the mirror. So there's just, it's right under the left rib cage from the middle of the side towards the back, about an inch below the ribs. So between the rib and then 2 inches below. And for me, in the middle of the side of the rib towards the left back side. Ooh, I just felt a release of one of my ribs. Kind of like a chiropractic adjustment that my body wanted to do naturally. And then the nice thing about doing this kind of a hip roll with your leg up is I get into the back upper part of the hip, right between, right at the top of the hip bone and the upper low back. Okay. And again, these are my movements for my personal injury that I'm working through. And so you trust your body, listen to whatever areas feel good. If you have an area that's tight and another that is not as bad, like my left isn't as bad as my right, just trust yourself to balance that out well in a way that works for you, okay? What was I doing? I have no idea what I was doing. Ooh, that was a release in my left thumb and wrist, believe it or not. Oops, sorry, Instagram. Or whatever this happens to be on. I don't have the clean versions of these playlists. Okay, I don't need that side that much. Okay, and so that's my somatic attunement. Really, it's more of a somatic awareness because it's more how does your body talk to you, and just bringing to your attention how that works, and intuitive dance together to bring release to your body. So that feels really good. That feels much better than a whole hour of rolling. I hope this helps.